Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at sort of bargains you can get to travel just outside obviously the school holidays when the kids do go back to school. So I've had a little browse on obviously probably one of my favourite places to have a look for a flight, which is Skyscanner. I have come across this nice little place called Rodez. So this is a flight from basically Stansted to Rodez. It takes 1 hour 50 minutes to get there. It is from Stansted Airport in London in England. Yeah, so the flight, this is basically a Friday to a Monday sort of trip. So on the Friday you leave at 5:55 in the evening from Stansted. You get there about 8:45 at night and coming back on the Monday, 2:35 in the afternoon. You leave Rodez and then you get back to London Stansted Airport at 3:25 in the afternoon. So pretty decent times. Ryanair, £29 bargain. We do like a little bit of Ryanair, cheap discounted flights in a while, you know, not complaining about that. But anyway, further, let's move on. Let's actually have a look at Rodez, shall we? So I've had a little look where it is on the map. So as you can see, it is pretty much in the south of France, probably a couple of hours from Montpellier. I also had a look. Apparently there is no to get to the airport. Just having a read on this website, FrenchAirportGuide.com /RDS/airport-airport-trains.htm #search. Basically, this is saying there's no obviously trains or buses from the airport in Rodez, from Rodez Airport to Rodez. So you have to get a taxi. So do take that into account. And it says it's usually to the train station about 15 to 20 euros at weekdays between the hours of 7 and 7, and then about 20 to 30 euros when travelling later at night or on a Sunday. So do bear that in mind if you do want to go to this place. I've had a look around at sort of what excursions you can maybe do. It probably is best to get a car, to be honest with you. There's a lot of nice little villages that are tucked away and there's no like trains or anything. So I think that is probably worth checking out. So I've had a look at this sort of what there is to do in the area on this web page, and it mentions a little sort of village called Conques, Conques. So I've had a look at that. Wow, it's a very like quintessential little French village. You probably can see it where I'm browsing now, but look at that. It's like a little medieval village, probably somewhere like, you know, very similar to where they filmed that Beauty and the Beast film. But yeah, but very picturesque. This is basically about a 50-minute drive from there, so if you do rent a car, you could probably go there, you know, for the day. So this is called Conques, yeah, Pilgrimage Adventure Walking Tour in France. So yeah, definitely recommend checking that out. Let's just see what else there is to check out in the area. Oh, there's apparently Villefranche de Rougerie, Rouge, and Nejac. So let's check that out next. This is approximately just under an hour away, 58 minutes away from Rodez. Let's have a Google of that, shall we? Ooh. Let's see what this comes up with. I bet it's picturesque. Right. Ooh. And it is. So this is Villefranche de Rougerie. This is about an hour away from Rodez. Nice. I'm liking this. Very nice. Very nice. A nice area to hang out. Little market there. As you can see, very sort of picturesque in this little town. I'm just on their sort of website at the moment having a look around this. Sorry guys, I can't really translate this, but yeah, as you can see, really nice place to go. The only probably French word that I can think of off the top of my head is magnifique or très bien, but wow. Yeah, chapel, more chapels. Really nice little place to go at night, so I'd definitely recommend that if you're there. What else is there? Oh, and there's a city called Albi, which is an hour 5 minutes away as well. Let's just check that out. Just giving you some ideas if you do want to sort of travel. Let's put Albi, France in. See what we find, shall we? Wow, that is that really old, nice little bridges, water. Wow, a castle. Wow, this looks amazing. I'd definitely recommend coming here as well. Yeah, it's even in Lonely Planet. It's a very old sort of cathedral built on like a river. So yeah, definitely check out Albi in France as well. So you could probably do that on a day trip. Let's just see if you can maybe go there by train from Rodez. Because after all, we're doing a bit of a budget travel here. So if you haven't got the car to rent, then maybe you want to, see if you can get there by train. So let's see if it is available by train. LB. Oh, yes, you can get there by train. Let's see how much this is. Oh, I'm not going to leave now. I'm going to depart tomorrow morning just to give you guys a rough guide. And then we'll have a look at the website, shall we? Let's just put 9 o'clock because you can get there by 11. It's quite nice. So you need to catch a €1 bus to the Gare SNCF, and then you need to get a train from Stazione di Rodez to Albiville. So let's do that next. Let's have a look how much that costs, shall we? Alright, let's check this out. So, Stazione di Rodez to Albiville. Usually these kind of things in France are quite cheap, to be fair, so let's see what we find. As I say, it's about an hour 17-minute train and about 15-minute bus. So let's just see what we find, shall we? From 90 cents! Wow! That is a bargain. Absolute bargain. So you don't need to get a car. Let's put tomorrow in just off the top of our heads and see what comes up. Blimey, 90 cents for an hour train journey. That's amazing. You pay like 30 quid in the UK for this. Jeez, absolute bargain. Let's just see what the website says anyway. I'm just having a quick browse on it now. Hang on. This is a £9 in the week, but let's try the weekend because I know weekend fares are quite cheap in France. So let's have a look on this today, shall we? So if you get there the Friday, you could do this on a Saturday potentially. So yeah, so you left at 10 for instance. Let's have a look. Wow, I can't believe in France you can get an 1 hour 17-minute train journey for only 90p. €1 for an hour 15 on the train. It's unbelievable. I've seen these before, these French fares, but I didn't know that, they were sort of, sort of available, doable, but they are. So you could definitely go to Albiville on a day trip on the Saturday. So that's 90p going. And what about if we flip it and come back? Wow. That'd be a really cheap day out in France. Jeez. England, you're like £30 down if you go from like Brighton to London. But, this is amazing. Anyway, let's see what we find. So £1.80 return for 2 hours on the train. That is ridiculously cheap. So yeah, if you're going to do this as like a, this would definitely recommend. So, you know, Rodez to Albieville, yeah, £1.80 return on the train. Absolutely mental. So definitely do that if you're there on a Saturday. So that could be your Saturday trip. And on a Sunday, let's see what you could do on the Sunday. Let's see what this excursion website says. Can you go to Conks by the train? I don't think you can go to Conks. Let's get rid of that. I don't think, no, there's no public transport option. Let's see what you could do on the Sunday, shall we? Just seeing if you can get anywhere else. What about Najak? Let's try Najak, shall we? See if we can get there by train. Yeah, this is looking positive. Ooh. So yeah, you can get to Najak by sort of public transport as well. Looks like it's a mix of 2 trains, which is an hour 40, and a 15-minute bus ride from the centre to the train station. So let's look at Najak, shall we? Wow! Now check this out. Look at this. You've basically got like a castle built into this hillside. Look at that. Let's see if I can. Can I zoom in on this picture and make it bigger? Let's see if I can make this picture bigger. There you go. Wow, that's quite interesting actually. You've got the castle on top of on these little sort of houses in the village near it. So Najak looks pretty decent to go to as well. So maybe you could do that on the Sunday if you do this little trip. So let's have a little look around what else there is. But yeah, it's a nice little picturesque, another picturesque sort of village to go to. So, you know, yeah, there's a castle there, looks like there's things to do, see, look, nice little, you know, lanes to walk through. So yeah, definitely would check that out. Let's have a look at the transportation now. So let's say Rodez to Najak, N-A-J-A-C, N-A-J-A-C, if I type it out. Let's put the Sunday in. You're going to have to leave a little bit earlier on this one, because I think it takes almost 2 to 3 hours to get there. So Sunday the 3rd of September. Let's search. So I think this takes almost 2 hours. Let's have a look. Yeah, that one is a bit more expensive, 18.56, so it's probably about 35 return. How do I alter the time on this thing? Yeah. So maybe you could go 10.58 and then maybe you could leave at 4:11. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 hours is enough. So that's £36 for that. Let's just see if maybe you can go somewhere else by train. Hang on. Because we like these 90p train fares in France are crazy. let's just try this search engine, this search term. Go by train from Ooh, you could actually go to Toulouse on a day trip. Nice. Let's just see. So top routes from Rodez. Let's have a quick look, shall we? So you can go to Toulouse from Rodez. You can go to Albertville, Montpellier, and even Barcelona. What's in Figeac? Let's have a look at that one. That's only an hour 11 minutes away. Let's have a look at that place, shall we? This might be a little bit nearer. Oh, it's a commune in France, eh? Train station there. Another nice little view around. So maybe go to Figeac for the day. You could have a look round. Wow, nice. Very 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 nice. So let's have a look at a train ride from Rodez to Figeac, shall we? How do you spell it? Figeac. There we go. Let's go on the weekend. Let's say we go on the Sunday. So you go at 10 and you can come back whenever. I hope this is, because this is like an hour 10, this might be like a 90p train as well. So let's have a look. Fingers crossed. The ones that seem to be under an hour and a half are. Yes! Great success. 90p train fare again. Lovely. These weekend fares they do in France are amazing. I really wish they did that cheap weekend fares in the UK. So let's just double check. Let's add a return, shall we? Let's see what we got. So you could go like 10 in the morning. And what about coming back? Why don't I just do this? I'll swap this, then it's easier to view, isn't it? Let's do Figeac to Rodez. So go in there at 8, maybe 8ish in the morning. You'll be there before 10. Now let's have a look what we find here. Oh. You come back like 8:53 at night or 2:42 in the afternoon. Totally up to you. Probably that one actually. So yeah, another £1.80 day out. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I'd recommend. So this is a pretty cheap holiday. So basically you're seeing Rodez, Figeac, and then you can go to Albi, which are very little picturesque sort of towns, villages, and mountains, and you know, in sort of the countryside, picturesque sort of French places. Let's just double check where you can stay in Rodez. So bear in mind this is the 15th to the 18th. Let's quick look at booking.com, shall we? See what we find. So check in 15, 18. Oh. Let's put 2 people. Let's go back and let's put 2 of us. Good thing with France, if you go on a weekend, you're going to save a ton on the transport, which is really good. Let's have a look what we find in Now that does actually look quite nice. The l'observatoire vous centra atypique. That does look quite nice. 3 nights, 2 adults, 197. Not too bad. Let's just sort it by the price, eh? Because this is a budget travel. What is the price? Oh, yeah. Price, lowest first. Let's see what we find, shall we? Let's do this budget travel, shall we? Ah, there you go. So you got 30 quid. 30 quid a night between two, well, 97. So what's that? It's about 32, 33 a night for two, which ain't bad for a studio. So, you know, you could do that potentially. And they're all in the sort of centre, if you look. So it's a really cheap break. So, you know, you got £130 holiday for, you know, that includes your flight and your accommodation, basically. So yeah, that's pretty decent. And then if you probably factor in, you can go to two places for £1.80 a day, and then, you know, factor in sort of food, you know, you've got like a nice little £200 break here. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out Rodez in France. That's another recommendation for you. Catching that flight, so it's from London Stansted on Friday the 15th to Monday the 18th, going that weekend. So just, you know, once all the kids are back to school, this might be a worthwhile option to check out. And obviously, I've seen it quite a few times now. If you go to France on the weekend and the train ride is under sort of an hour and a half, 2 hours, you can pick up under €1 sort of fares. So that's definitely a recommendation as well. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this sort of look around, sort of, you know, for a cheap budget holiday. I think, you know, £200, you could do that for 4 days quite easily to allow for food. You could even cook in the studio that I showed you. This one. Let's have a quick look at it quickly. This has got a 10 rating on here. So, Studio Un Nut Chez Louis in Rodez. Let's have a look, shall we? It's got given a 10. I think it's £99, this one. Very nice. Yeah, so you can even cook. I mean, when I travel, I tend to cook, but France isn't too bad. If you know, you can find something between €10 and €15, but yeah, that's actually pretty nice. It's got a double bed, very clean. I can't really complain about that. So yeah, maybe stay in Studio Un Nut Chez Louis if you do travel to France. All right, on that note, so yeah, I think that's probably about a £200 break all in. You know, if you cook, you know, food, because obviously your days out are very cheap, 180 each. You know, to get to them places I mentioned, Albi and Figeac. So yeah, it's definitely under £200 sort of trip if you are thinking of like a last minute getaway. All right, on that note, I am going to go. Thanks for obviously looking at the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out more of our sort of budget recommendations in future. Catch you soon. Take care.